Miss Christy here, back for our last class snack together. I hope you have enjoyed these videos. I have enjoyed making them for you. We have made lots of snacks together, and here's our final one. So today we're actually gonna make what they're called is after school peanut butter cookies. So we're gonna do a little bit of a sweet treat just because it's the last day of school this year. Just a little treat that you can hopefully try out with your family this weekend. It's also a good snack too because they have a little bit of protein in it from the peanut butter, but then they have a little bit of sweet from the toppings that we put on, and I'll show you from there. So, step one, I've already done it to save us time again, is wash your hands, and you're gonna wanna preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So have mom or dad or an adult help you set your oven to 350. Wash those hands so we're not cooking with germs, and let me show you what you need to actually make this recipe. So you're gonna need some good old sugar. You will need 1 large egg. You're gonna need some peanut butter, and then some type of sweet little thing that we're gonna put on top of the cookies before we pop it in the oven. So that could be like M&Ms, a Hershey Kiss. I have some mini chocolate chips that I'm gonna use, and then a couple of them I may even put some sprinkles on. So again, that's kind of optional, just a little treat for the top of the cookies. So step one, oh, and let me show you, you're gonna need a measuring cup, a half a measuring cup, a rubber spatula, just to kind of stir that peanut butter together, and then of course just a bowl and a whisk, and your cookie sheet. So, step one is you're gonna take half a cup of sugar, and you're gonna pour it into your bowl. So I've got half a cup here, I'm gonna do half a cup of sugar, and then you're gonna mix that with your 1 egg, and you're gonna whisk that together. So, I have my egg here, crack it in the bowl. Try not to get any shells in it. If you do, make sure you pick those out, and then grab your whisk, and you're just going to kind of mix that all together until it's kind of like a creamy consistency. Kind of looks like custard. So we got half a cup of sugar in here, and we have 1 large egg. All right, and then you do kind of want to set this to the side just for a few minutes, I would say 5 minutes at the most, to let that sugar somewhat dissolve into your egg, which is the perfect time to scoop your peanut butter because that can kind of take a minute or so. So, I'm gonna set my egg and sugar mixture to the side, grab my peanut butter, and you're gonna need half a cup of peanut butter as well. So half a cup of sugar, half a cup of peanut butter. The easiest way I've found is just kind of grab a spoon and scoop out your peanut butter from your jar, plop it in your measuring cup. One thing to note with your peanut butter, you're gonna wanna make sure it's creamy peanut butter and not chunky peanut butter. Chunky peanut butter isn't gonna hold together as well as creamy, so you're gonna wanna make sure you have creamy peanut butter. Again, if you can't have peanut butter, you can always do another type of nut butter if you can't have peanuts, or you could try this with sunflower butter. If we were to make this in our classroom, we would most definitely use sunflower butter. But here at home, at our house, I have peanut butter, so that's what we're gonna use to make these cookies. So, nice half a cup of peanut butter. And now that our sugar and egg mixture has sat for a minute, you're just gonna take your peanut butter and scoop it into the bowl. So this recipe has very few ingredients, which is nice. Hopefully most of you have what it takes at home so you can try it. So scoop out as much peanut butter as you can. And then we are just going to take your rubber spatula, just so it doesn't stick as much, is why we need to use a rubber one. And then you're just gonna kind of mix that together. And that's kind of really the recipe in itself. And you're just gonna wanna mix this until all of that is mixed together and it kind of more or less looks like peanut butter and not like the egg color. And the nice thing too about this cookie is that it's gluten-free, so there's not any flour or gluten in it, so hopefully more of our friends can try it at home. All right, this is super simple, so hopefully you could make this. Maybe you could even make it for your family as a dessert for one night. All right, so from here, let me show you the bowl. This is what your mixture should look like. It should look like peanut butter. Not, like I said, like the egg mixture we had before. And I'm just kind of scraping down my spatula here. Set that to the side. Now the easiest way, our next step is just going to be to put the cookies on our cookie sheet. So the easiest way to do this is actually going to be, let me put my cookie sheet over here, is 2 spoons. And you're going to take 1 spoon to scoop the peanut butter and another spoon to kind of scrape it off your spoon. And this should make about 12 little round cookies. So you just scoop it up and plop it on here. Trying to leave a little bit of space in between your cookies. I'd say probably about 1 inch or so they don't end up making one large cookie. All right, so I'm just gonna finish scooping these and then I will tell you how long they get into the oven, and we need to put our sweet toppings on as well. All right, friends, so I have all of our cookies on our cookie sheet, and now the very last step before we pop it in the oven is, like I said, just to kind of put your little sweet topping on it. So some recipes you can do a couple little M&Ms, you can do 1 Hershey Kiss right in the middle. I'm gonna just take a couple of these mini chocolate chips I have here and just kind of sprinkle them on the top. Kind of press them in there a little bit so they don't fall out or fall off your cookie. And this kind of just gives it a fun little, like I said, a sweet little treat for the top of your cookie. And then I have some rainbow sprinkles that I'm gonna put some rainbow sprinkles on some other ones. Maybe I'll just do my last 4 with rainbow sprinkles. All right, friends, so as you can kind of see, this is it. It's a super fast cookie recipe, which I love. A little bit of chocolate, a little bit of sprinkles, or whatever you decide to put on it. So now we're gonna put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. So our oven's preheated to 350. You're gonna have a mom or dad or adult help you put it in the oven. Set your timer for 10 minutes. We will take it out, let it cool for a few minutes, probably I'd say maybe 2 or 3 minutes. If you have a cookie rack that you can kind of put it on, place it on there to let it cool a little bit better. And then I'll show you at the end what they look like on our plate. So here we go. All right, friends, so it has been about 10 minutes in the oven and a few minutes to cool. So here I just have our yummy looking cookies on a cooling rack. So I just took them out of the oven, let them sit on the pan, the cookie sheet for a minute, and then I put them on this cooling rack that we have. Just kind of lets the cookies cool a little bit quicker. Just also to note, when we put the cookies on the cookie pan, I did have parchment paper down. That's gonna make your life a lot easier, like I always say, because the cookies aren't gonna stick as much. However, if you don't have parchment paper, you don't have to use it. You can just put it right on the pan. You might just have to be a little bit more patient getting the cookies off. So at this point, they've cooled for a few minutes on my cooling rack, and you're just gonna store them in something that has a lid. So I have a little glass container here, and I'm going to place them in. They'll stay good for a few days, but as you can kind of see, some of them have chocolate chips, some of them have sprinkles. Just a fun little after-school treat that we made today, and I'll keep putting these in here in a minute and keep them in my pantry for a few days. But that is all we have for today. I hope you have enjoyed, like I said, watching these videos and cooking along with me. I have so much enjoyed it as well, so I hope you have a wonderful summer, and I will see you next school year. Bye, friends. Good.